Hi, my name is Frank Brockert, and this is my wife Jamie. We have been asked by Mark and Linda Gottschall, who are heading up the married class. It's actually defined as married with young adult children, and we're going to be kicking off the class on February 3rd, and Mark and Linda have asked Jamie and I to come in and teach some of the principles from a book that we came across about 17 years ago called Intimate Encounters. There's 16 chapters in the Intimate Encounter book, and one of those principles that we're going to be teaching to the class is who we are and why we treat our spouse the way we do based on family of origin issues. One of the issues that I dealt with and I've been dealing with for 35 years of marriage, and God is still chipping away at it, is this whole thing of self-reliance. I was taught as I was a child that if anybody can do it, Frank can do it, and you can do it best. So for you to participate with anybody would be just ruining a good thing. And, you know, any strength can become a weakness if taken to the extreme, and I've taken the thing of self-reliance to the extreme, and it caused me to, you know, really have trouble in my first marriage, and my first wife divorced me because of that, I feel, and it was an issue in our own marriage now, and so God's really been chipping away at it and trying to address that whole thing of self-reliance. So because of self-reliance going by the wayside, Jamie and I are able to do things together more effectively. So that's one of the nuggets that I've gotten out of Intimate Encounters, and we're going to be presenting that in some way, shape, or form, starting with this class on February 3rd, the kickoff date. So is there something you wanted to say regarding Intimate Encounters?
Well, basically, we've been married 35 years, and 18 years ago, just about, when we came onto this material, I was pretty hopeless. And I think what God did is He brought hope back into my heart in my relationship with Frank. And the way that that was done was He began to remove my aloneness, because, as Frank shared, his self-reliance keeps people apart. So as we've begun to grow in that area and experience more fullness of what God would want in our relationship, I have a lot of hope. And 18 years later, it's been a long time, I can see that I want this for other people. It's just a good thing, and it's really from God. And I think it's just a real blessing to know that in our communication with one another, God wants us to communicate really pretty much on an emotional level. And again, through this material and Intimate Life Ministries itself, we've learned that communication is best done on an emotional level, and that emotion, meeting emotion, creates intimacy. And that's what we all long for. I know that. And that's the hope I didn't have, was that Frank and I would have an intimate relationship where we knew one another, and we knew that God knew us, and He wants best for all of us. So it's been a blessing, and we continue to grow. Nobody ever arrives. Yet I know that through it all, I've become more like Christ in my growth. And it's more about what God would have me be doing in a relationship, and how He really desires to meet our needs. And oftentimes, He'll use our spouse, He'll use a friend, but it's a real true blessing when He does use our spouse. So
Good. So we are inviting you to join us on February 3rd, and the room and the time will be announced by Mark. So thank you very much.
thanks.